see if we got any good ones this week. Gianni, I'm going to start out with you. What sport are you doing your hot take for, and what is your hot take?
Basketball.
Okay.
I know as badly as the season ended for us. My hot take is that we're going to add Bradley Beal or Donovan Mitchell, and we're gonna have a Heat and Lakers finals in 2023.
Ooh,
Heat and
I like
Lakers?
that hot take.
Yeah.
Sir.
I like that hot take.
Okay.
I love that hot take.
Yes,
Love
Of course
that.
you guys do.
And it's gonna go 7 games as well.
Okay.
I love it.
I like
love
that
it.
hot take. I like it.
And the Heat are getting
I'm not
revenge for the
opposed to that
bubble.
happening. Okay. Good one, Gianni.
Well,
Sean,
Hermi, you're a Jazz fan, so there's a lot of things you don't see
I am
happening.
not
Yeah,
a
we
Jazz
really
fan.
don't care. Like,
Oh my god.
you're from
Okay.
Utah. Like, literally, who wants to go to Utah?
Mormons? Your mom?
Oh, good one. Nah, the dick ride. That was so bad. Stop dick riding, TK.
Tolu, you do realize everything somebody does is not dick riding, right? Like you can't just use the word dick riding for everything now, bro. Come on, bro. You can do better. But go ahead, Hermi.
Be a better man, Tolu. Okay. Sean, what is your hot take of the week?
As Gianni mentioned, the Heat were unfortunately eliminated in Game 7 on a last possession missed shot by Jimmy Butler. So with that, I am taking a break from basketball and focusing my full attention on football. So, my hot take of the week, Kadarius Toney, who seems to have a lot of haters, some even being Giants fans, some people on this podcast looking at you, Cameron. My hot take of the week, Kadarius Toney is going to prove the haters wrong if he can stay healthy, which I will fully admit. As a huge Kadarius Toney fan, I'm a Florida Gators fan. I'm a Giants fan. He's played for the Gators. He's played for the Giants. He has some injury concerns. That's a very
Trust me, we know, Sean.
That's a very valid criticism that Kadarius Toney has injury concerns. On the field, when he can stay healthy, he is super talented, and if he stays healthy this year, he will have 1,000 yards.
Okay. Yeah. I was totally
Yeah.
you said he'd have a much better year, but then you said 1,000 yards.
1,000 yards.
This guy had
Nurse. Nurse. He's out again. He's out again, Nurse.
1,000 yards on TV.
Oh my goodness!
Damn
Here
it,
he
Sean.
goes.
I was with
Okay.
you too
The
until you said
haters on the
1,000 yards.
podcast.
Let's get into the next hot take.
I just want to add some more context. The Brian Dable and Matt Kafka offense, two guys from the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Those are two teams you're going to want to steal offensive play callers from. They will have enough to turn Daniel Jones into a decent, mediocre quarterback, and that will be enough to get Kadarius Toney the Rock
Will he be
and
better?
go for 1,000 yards.
Will he be better than Jalen Hurts?
I'd say no. He will be a better passer than Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts running will put him over.
But Sean, you still, none of this even matters because we are now talking about the decline of Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
I mean, we have to, Westbrook is coming off his worst season ever.
There's no need for Westbrook slander.
Oh, bro.
the thing is, PC, we know Westbrook is bad. You keep standing up for James Harden, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We can talk about injury-prone AD. We can talk about LeBron not being able to lead us into the playoffs. There's
LeBron made all 13, buddy. He made all 13, buddy.
Yeah. Hermi, calling somebody next, please.
Not I'm yawning. All right, PC, what is your hot take of the week, and what sport are you doing your hot take about?
With a football hot take. My hot take for this week is going to be about TK's Broncos, actually.
The ones with the most.
Be careful. Watch it.
See, the thing about the Broncos, I do think they're going to have a really good season. But with new teams like that under a new system about to go into a hostile environment, an emotional environment in Seattle, albeit with a very sus QB situation going on right now. I don't think that the pieces are going to connect fully come week 1 for Denver. I will say that the Seahawks, yes, the Seattle lowly Seahawks, will upset the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football in week 1 to start the season. It's going to be on a game-winning field goal. I say they win 20-18. That is my hot take.
Yeah, you're
And
nuts.
then you woke up from that terrible
Bro, Russell Wilson is playing his old team. He's now losing that game.
I can't.
We all said
I
this.
can't.
Okay, you know what I'm going off of? I'm actually going off of the game that Tom Brady returned to Foxborough for the first time when he was playing for the Buccaneers, and we all thought that the Bucks were going to blow the Patriots out of the water in that game. That didn't happen. It came down to a game-winning field goal by the Bucks, and they ended up only winning by like 2 or 3 in that game. And I think they only won that game because the Patriots kicker, I forgot who it was, missed the game-winning field goal. So if I'm going based off of that game and sailing it into Seattle, where it's always raining, because in that Patriots game it was raining, winds were high, in a city where the weather is always bad. I'm just saying, and this is why it's my hot take, because I don't fully believe this, but I think that this is a possibility in the multiverse of madness for the NFL. Seahawks upset the Broncos week 1.
I think the most important thing that we take out of this is that the poverty Denver Broncos have the most Super Bowl losses in NFL history. Thank you for letting us know that, Gianni.
Tolu, let's segue into your hot take. What is it?
I got 2 hot takes, and they're both basketball.
2?
Yes, sir.
Can we allow that?
Yes. It'll be quick. Anyway.
Okay, if you promise.
Okay. The Philadelphia 76ers. Next season is their biggest season of their lives. Because Roderick, I'm gonna tell you.
I thought this past season was our biggest season ever.
It was,
Pick
but
up your mind.
I'm gonna give you a pass. I'm gonna give you a pass. But this season is. I'm gonna give you a pass.
Pass from Tolu Lakers.
Let me finish.
So special.
Okay, PC. Do you know that the Sacramento Kings has made the NBA Finals more recently than the Philadelphia 76ers? Did you know that? Do you know that? The poverty Sacramento Kings, the last time they made the playoffs was in 2006. We were toddlers. We were all toddlers, Roderick. So my prediction is
it wasn't
the 76ers will lose in the playoffs next year again, and Joel Embiid will request a trade to the Miami Heat, and the 76ers will get back Bam Adebayo and maybe Max Strus or Duncan Robinson or someone, because Joel Embiid wants to win. He wants to win, Roderick, and I respect him for that. But see, James Harden doesn't want to win. Every time I see Joel Embiid, he's in the gym. He's working. Meanwhile, I see James Harden up little baby's butt every single time. Little James Harden is in strip clubs. He's not working. He doesn't want to win. He's a loser and forever be a loser. And Joel Embiid isn't having it. And Jimmy Butler literally said that I still wish Joel Embiid was on my team. But you guys chose Tobias Harris and Australian Michael Carter-Williams and Brett Brown over my boy Jimmy. So Joel Embiid is going to be a Miami Heat after next season when the Sixers lose again in the playoffs. That's my first hot take. Now I'm going to my second hot take.
Before you go into your second one, Brad, there are so many things that you just said wrong that you don't even know about. Number one,
What?
there was literally because we all pretty much know by now, Tolu, you get all of your facts, quote unquote, all of your knowledge from NBA Twitter. So you
No, I
should
do
know.
not.
Yes, you do. Shut up.
No.
You should know that a couple of days ago, James Harden actually posted a video with him in the gym with his trainer, working out and working on his shot. So this idea that you think he's always in the club because you saw Bleacher Report post a video about him being upset that somebody's recording him in the club, which by the way, that video was old. It was from 2019. Um, that's false. That's number one.
Yeah,
Number
whatever.
two, the Miami Heat. Oh no, it's not whatever when you're wrong. So you're gonna listen to this knowledge. Number two, the Miami Heat would have to give up a whole lot more than what you just mentioned if they ever want to even sniff Joel Embiid. It's vice versa if the Sixers want Jimmy Butler back. They would have to give up a lot. It's not just going
If
to take
Joel
Bam
Embiid
Adebayo. It's not
demands a
just going
trade
to
to
take
Miami,
Bam Adebayo and Duncan
It wouldn't be
Robinson and a
Jimmy.
few others to go in trade for Joel Embiid. It's going to take them. I'm talking 2, 3 first round picks, and that's a big if. If Joel Embiid even wants to be traded, but he doesn't want to be traded. He already
will after
confirmed
this year.
on Twitter that yes, he does miss playing with Jimmy Butler, but he does not want to be traded from the Philadelphia 76ers. So
Kevin Durant
you can
said the
get
same thing
that
about the Thunder.
idea out of your brain. You can get that idea out of your brain. Now you can go into your second hot take, which will probably be factually wrong too.
Kevin Durant said the same thing about the Thunder, by the way, but I'm not going to say anything. But my second hot take is the Los Angeles Lakers actually made a smart move for once, hiring Darvin Ham as their head coach. So I'm going to make this quick. How do you say his name? Ime Udoka from the Celtics? Ime Udoka from the Celtics. This was his first year coaching for the Celtics, and he's led them to the finals. So my hot take is Darvin Ham is going to have the same impact that Ime Udoka has on the Celtics on the Lakers. Something funny, Shawn?
Yeah, I mean, I just
Yeah,
don't see
your
what they
face.
have to do with each other. That too, what Hermi said is also true. Ime Udoka and Darvin Ham are completely different people. Ime Udoka was under Greg Popovich's staff in San Antonio. I believe he might have also been with the Warriors owner. He's been with a couple teams. He was with Popovich and Team USA. Ime Udoka was
been with a couple teams too. What do you mean?
Also, Tolu,
and he was a player too.
You're forgetting the fact that the roster for the Lakers has not changed whatsoever.
I know.
Depending on if it even changes at all before next season starts, what's going to be different? What's going to be different?
I said it all depends on what the
Kyrie Irving will be there. Russell Westbrook won't be. It's really,
all the Lakers
really all
need to
yes,
get
in
rid of
your fantasy
No, it's
fantasy
not a
booking.
fantasy. It's not a fantasy. It's not a fantasy.
Yes,
It's going to
yes,
happen.
Okay,
it's in
going
2K.
to happen.
You have that in 2K. TK,
it's going
on
to
2K.
happen. It's
on
going
your
to happen.
2K server.
It's going to happen. It's going to
Yes,
happen.
in your 2K server. It
I'm
already
telling you.
TK,
No.
It
In real
already
life.
happened. It already happened in your
In
2K server.
real life.
PC talking. Once
And this
Joel
is
Embiid
reality.
requests that trade.
And this is reality. And you guys are not getting Kyrie Irving. At least not this season.
Just remember that I told you so. That's all I'm saying. Just remember I told you so. But let me get my hot take, please.
Yes, and Kevin Durant's gonna be a Philadelphia 76er.
Well, you guys ready? The Washington Commanders are going to win that division. They're going to win the NFC East. And let me tell you why. Because the Eagles are only going to win 6 games.
This is so spiteful.
The Giants are only going to win 6 games. And them damn Cowboys will only win 8. The Washington Commanders are going to win 11 games in the NFC this year.
Is this how petty you are, TK? Listen how petty you are
it really
talking.
is.
I went to a bigger Carson Wentz fan than PC.
It was a petty take. It was a petty take. It was a
It
petty
was a
take.
very
But fine,
petty.
I'll give my real take. I'll give my real take. All right. PC. Yeah, I mean, you kind of walked me right into it. My hot take is this. Come next year, 2023, I don't know how it's going to get done. I don't know who gets traded for it to get done. But Kyrie Irving will be in a number 2 jersey or a number 11 jersey on the Los Angeles Lakers. And he will re-team up with LeBron James. And you know what, Gianni? You know what, Gianni? You know what? I'll even go with what you said earlier in the podcast. We are going to get that rematch of the Miami Heat versus the Los Angeles Lakers. And as I sit here and say this, I just realized something. All these hot takes have nothing to do with the decline of James Harden. Why are we even giving these hot takes? It has nothing to do with the decline of James Harden. Yes, PC, I am that petty. I am that petty. I am that petty.
He's
PC.
washed.
I am that
Yes,
petty.
He's washed.
you are
You
petty.
know I'm that petty. You know it.
Washed.
Yes.
Project
Tolu,
just can't accept that James Harden is washed.
and you can accept that you still run NBA Twitter. Now let me have a
run
rebuttal.
NBA Twitter. I
Um,
do not run NBA Twitter at all.
TK, there's a lot of holes in your 2K fantasy booking. Whatever you want to call it. Number one, LeBron James is about to be 37 years old. Doesn't have quite that much time left in the NBA, and the time that he does
Just
have in
average
the
30 a
NBA.
game, by the
No,
way.
no. Let me finish. And the time he does want to spend for the rest of his career is going to be with his son, Bronny. And wherever Bronny goes, LeBron said that he is going to go. So unless Bronny James magically gets drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers or traded
Which he
to
will.
LA on
Which he
draft
will.
night, LeBron James is not going to be a Los Angeles Laker. As a
will.
matter of fact, his
He
contract
will.
is actually up with the Los Angeles
And
Lakers.
he's not
And
going
so,
anywhere.
no. I'll let you finish.
He's not going
I let you finish. Let me finish. In 2023, LeBron James's contract with the Lakers is up. If he wanted to extend his contract with the Lakers, he would have done it already. So, with that all being said, Kyrie Irving wants to play with LeBron James once again. But if he wants to do that, he will have to play with Bronny James as well. And there's a very good chance that Bronny James does not get drafted by the Lakers.
Why do you say that?
First of all,
Why do you say that, though?
Wait. There was a couple wrong things that you said in your statement. And the biggest wrong thing is if he wanted to re-sign with the Lakers, he would have. You do realize LeBron James, basically his entire career, except for maybe the one deal that he signed with Miami, he always does these one-year deals. He's never not done the one-year deals. And it's actually smarter for him, to be honest. These one and then the player option for the next year. LeBron James has done this his entire career, bro.
Why hasn't he gotten the player option yet? Why hasn't he induced that yet?
Because the offseason hasn't started.
Wait, Tolu, wait. Let me correct him. You do realize this is the player option that he picked up this year, right? Because he signed last year.
Okay.
All
right.
He resigned last year. So yeah, so he picked up the player option for this year. And listen, I understand how LeBron James wants to play with his son, and I'm pretty sure LeBron James. I mean, that's a great dream. It's a great dream to have, bro. But LeBron, let's be real. LeBron James can't really control where he plays, bro. Like it does not really work.
It's
like
LeBron
that.
James. I'm pretty sure he controls where he
Listen,
plays.
okay, so if you're telling me if LeBron, let's say Bronny gets, what's a realistic place? Because I personally think he's going to get drafted by the Thunder.
The Thunder.
I personally think the Thunder is going to be that team to take him. So, well, actually, you know what? I kind of just set a trap for myself because LeBron James has already
TK, can I jump in?
He's already praised the ownership of the Thunder. So that would he probably would go to the Thunder. But all I'm saying is this: LeBron James always does these one and done deals, bro. So as a Lakers fan, we're not really freaking out about it. I expect LeBron James to re-sign next year again. It doesn't really make sense for him to go anywhere else, bro. Like it just doesn't, unless the Warriors have a spot open for him.
It won't
or
matter
a team
for
like
him at that point. It won't matter for him at that point, CK. What more does LeBron James need to prove? He's gonna be chasing rings. He's gonna be chasing rings, TK. You really think he's gonna be chasing rings?
Why not 5?
He already has.
Well, first of all, if
He's already regarded.
I tell you what he's chasing.
He's already regarded
I
as the
tell
greatest
you what
basketball
he's
player
chasing.
to ever live.
I will tell you what he's chasing. He's chasing the opportunity to be one of the Lakers' all-time greats. Because right now he's not a Laker all-time great. He's not. He got one
Why would he
championship
care
in a
about
bubble year. If he get why do you think he joined the Lakers, bro? You think this
So he
man
could
joined the
be in
Lakers to
LA.
not be?
So he could be in LA for
So
more
you think
extensive deals.
okay, right.
You know you can join
So it
LA
wasn't
after
about
he
so
retires,
it has
right?
nothing to do with basketball anymore. It was just for
Yes, but he
business.
wanted to do it now. He wanted to do it now.
He can do that when he retires, buddy.
This isn't like
So
y'all
he didn't.
know
I
what
mean,
you were
because
signing
he
up
didn't have
for.
love for
when you-
Kobe. He didn't grow up watching the Lakers or anything like that. You're right. You're right, PC. You're right.
Yes,
You're
I
right.
know him.
It was just
Can
all.
I
It was
jump
just
in?
all business.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Please
Gianni,
jump
go
in.
ahead.
Please jump
Yes,
in.
go ahead, Gianni.
I think Bronny, to me, I think the team that is going to draft him, honestly, somehow, some way, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to draft Bronny, and I think Braun is going to go back to Cleveland for a
That'll be
year or
fair,
two.
but that'd be cute.
I can't see that because I expect the Cavaliers to be a lot better by the time I like even this upcoming season. I expect the Cavs to officially push their foot in the door and get into the playoffs. Like I think they're just gonna keep improving every season, bro.
They
So I
got
don't
a
even think
nice
We'll
they'll
see,
be.
squad.
I
though.
don't think. Yeah, they got a nice little. I mean, they got a nice little
Garland,
future set up.
Colin Sexton, Evan
The
Mobley.
East next season is going to be pretty tough. A lot of teams are going to, of course, improve.
Yeah,
I just
definitely.
don't know if the Cavs, because they're a young team. Don't forget, young teams sometimes.
OKC just has so many picks, dog. Like they could trade picks to get a higher pick. Like there's so
That's
much they
true.
could do with them picks, bro. Like they're
Yeah.
But
literally in the best position to get Bronny.
but you think I don't know if Braun. I just can't see LeBron in OKC. Like from all places, it doesn't look right.
You can't we can't see LeBron James in a lot of teams right now. Like we can't see
Mm.
LeBron in a OKC uniform or a Minnesota uniform. We're not
Yeah.
supposed to. But it's going to be one of those lonely teams, one of those teams in the lottery every year that can possibly get LeBron James. It's going to be on the back half of his career, but they're going to get his son in the
I
process
tell
as
you
well.
one thing.
That's what he wants.
PC. I tell you one thing. It's going to be a
I'll
very
tell you
sad
one
night
thing. Okay.
when Bronny gets drafted, and some way somehow LeBron James' power, he accesses his inner powers, and he somehow gets his son on the Lakers, bro. It's going to happen. Bronny is already a Laker. His jersey has already been made. He already has a locker in the locker room. It's going to happen.
Okay,
Think
relax.
you're in denial.
What?
Relax.
I think you're in denial. I think LeBron James is going to leave the Los Angeles Lakers separately.
He's not
Never.
leaving
He's
LA,
not
bro.
leaving. He's retiring in
Bro,
LA.
literally, Savannah loves it out there. He's not leaving.
Okay.
Yeah,
Since
okay.
when
He
would
wants to be
that
with his
matter?
family.
Yes, exactly. He wants to be with his family. He wants to be with Bronny.
Yeah,
Bronny's not
and
going
they're
to
in
be
LA
accepted by
right
the
now.
Lakers.
Bronny's coming to LA.
If y'all
We're
are the
gonna have
playoff
our
team,
picks by then.
if
We'll
y'all are
have
the
our
playoff
first-round
team
picks
that
by
y'all
then.
are going to be, if y'all are the playoff team that y'all are going to be, you're not going to get Bronny James.